All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video here on my channel with yours truly. So this video is going to be about the MLB free agents. Now, I know we have football going on and we don't have baseball going on anymore, but I wanted to do this video just to basically say, where I think the MLB free agents will end up at. I saw somebody else doing a video and I unfortunately disagree with most of them. I mean, some of them, were good predictions, some of them were not. So I will get into the MLB free agents. According to this one that I have on here, I'm gonna be going by positions, like all the positions and stuff, like where they will end up. I'm not probably gonna do all the free agents because there's a lot of people on here that might sign minor league contracts and stuff, maybe make the roster, or they may stay in the free agent market. So I'll just go by, some of the big names and some of the other people. Of course, there's some on here that are no longer free agents. They just have their names on here and doesn't say on here like what exactly for them, just that sort of thing. So anyway, I'll start at catcher, then I'm going to go all the way up to right field or designated hitter, for either one. All right, so for the catchers, we have Wilson Contreras, the former catcher for the Chicago Cubs. And I say that he is probably going to go to a different team, and I'm not really going to, I didn't really give this a lot of thought and stuff, but I'm just going to take a shot. I mean, my guess would actually be the Yankees because their catcher, well, you remember when they had Gary Sanchez for many, many years and stuff, but I don't really know exactly who, I don't really keep track of the Yankees that much. But I think personally, the Yankees would probably be a fit, or maybe the Texas Rangers. I keep thinking of. I don't know why, but that's pretty much what I say. I think he goes like to probably the Yankees or another American League team. Gary Sanchez. Now, if you don't remember Gary Sanchez, he was a catcher, like I said, for the Yankees. Also played for the Twins. I think personally he is going to be on a team. I'm going to say for Cleveland. I think he goes to the Guardians. We have, like I said, I'm not going to go over a lot of these. There's just so many names. Tucker Barnhart, I'm going to say, goes to Cincinnati. Well, Luke Maile actually signed a 1-year deal with Cincinnati. Oh, okay. Well, Tucker Barnhart, I'm going to say that he goes to, I'm going to say, let's go with Seattle. Actually, not Seattle, because I think they got somebody on there. I'm sorry. Let's go with the Marlins. Kurt Casale. Now, this person predicted he would go to the Orioles. I disagree with that one because with Adley Rutschman already up here, and we also have Anthony Bemboon, we might have Robinson Chirinos coming back. I don't know exactly. I don't even see his name here on the free agent thing, so he must, or there he is. I'm sorry, I do see him. Oh, personally, I think Chirinos will stay with Baltimore because he'll be like a mentor thing, kind of like to Adley again, like he did last year, because, yeah, that sort of thing, that's pretty much, what I say. But I say Robinson Chirinos stays with us. Kurt Suzuki, who is also 39, just like Chirinos, I think personally this might be his last season. I don't know. We just had announcements from Miguel Cabrera that the 2023 season, this one, is going to be his final season. Of course, he's going to be a future Hall of Famer, no doubt. And hopefully, he'll have a good season like what Albert Pujols did this year as well, too, hitting them home runs, even though he's not near 700 home runs like Pujols did, but still, yeah. So anyway, Kurt Suzuki, I'm going to say goes to Colorado. Now for the first baseman, Jose Abreu has already been picked up. He signed a 3-year or has agreed to it, or well, signed. It says signed a 3-year deal with Houston. I'm very surprised about that one. I think a lot of people were, but he will go to them. Anthony Rizzo has signed a 2-year deal with the New York Yankees. He will stay with them. Not really too surprised about that one, but yeah. Josh Bell. The prediction I think came up like a week or so ago on his channel, and he said Josh Bell to the Houston Astros. Well, I'm gonna have to disagree. Well, even though that's not going to happen now, because I don't think it would make sense. They would have to move Josh Bell to a different position, like third base or something, but that wouldn't make sense. Josh Bell, I'm going to say, goes to actually the Chicago White Sox, and I think he takes over for Jose Abreu in there. I know that sounds a little crazy and stuff, but I'm going to say that. Yuli Gurriel, the former first baseman for the Houston Astros, I say he goes to Texas on a 1-year deal. And I'm not saying, like, for how many years and stuff. Jesus Aguilar, he was with Baltimore for a little bit this year. I don't think he comes back to Baltimore because we have Ryan Mountcastle, and I don't think they're going to sign any of the names on here. I don't see Baltimore going for Josh Bell. I mean, Brandon Belt, I don't think so about that. I mean, he's 35, and Mountcastle, had a pretty much okay season. He did strike out a bunch of times too, but personally, I don't think that he will go to Baltimore, and I don't think any of these first basemen will. Same with Yuli Gurriel and Jesus Aguilar. I think Aguilar winds up going to another team, maybe the Pirates or the Kansas City Royals, one of them. We have Miguel Sano in here, who was with the Minnesota Twins for a good amount of seasons. I say he returns to Minnesota. And Carlos Santana, who was with Cleveland and Kansas City and Seattle, he has agreed to or signed a 1-year deal with Pittsburgh. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's it for them. Now, the second baseman, Gene Segura. He was just with Philadelphia, and I think he was hurt a little bit last year or something like that. I personally think he returns to Philadelphia. Adam Frazier, I'm going to say he goes to San Diego. Josh Harrison, there were some talks about Josh Harrison maybe coming to Baltimore, but I don't really like that much, unfortunately. I say he returns to Chicago. Cesar Hernandez, he was with Washington, I think, but I think I don't think they need a second baseman for New York. I think they got LeMahieu or Torres, one of them. I don't know. I'm going to say that Cesar Hernandez goes to the Chicago White Sox, and I think he'll be like their second baseman, and Josh Harrison will be like a defense replacement, something like that, Rougned Odor. Now, he was with Baltimore, and he got off to a pretty decent start with us, but his average was really, really low. It was down to like around 220 and stuff, and he did, I think, hit over 10 home runs, but I don't see Rougned Odor maybe staying with us. I don't see it. I don't think he'll go to Toronto because, unfortunately, he's hated by them because of what happened with Jose Bautista. I don't see him going back to Texas either. I think he's going to go to a different team. I'm going to say probably, I don't see it as the White Sox. Maybe the Minnesota Twins, maybe one of them. I don't know. Possibility. Jonathan VR, who used to be an Oriole. Now, I would like to see VR come back. I mean, he had that good 2019 season with us, and then he wound up leaving after 2021, I think. One of them years, but I personally don't think that VR will come back. I think really he's going to go to, I'd say, the Mariners. And Hanser Alberto, another former Oriole, I don't see him return to us either. I say to Pittsburgh he goes to. Now the shortstops. Now this one has two, question marks on here. And of course, there are two names that might, fill the shortstop role for us. But however, we have a shortstop now, and his name is Jorge Mateo. He got robbed of a nominee to be a Gold Glove candidate at shortstop, and he made some really, really great plays, but he hasn't really done that well with the bat. He's gotten hits and stuff and home runs, but he batted really, really low, which is not good, but his defense is amazing. And there are two names, and they are Trey Turner and Carlos Correa. And personally, I would probably go for Trey Turner if I had to choose one of them. Carlos Correa was offered a contract, I think, with the Orioles, for this season, but he decided to go to Minnesota. And he did all right with them, and everybody keeps saying that he might come, and I'm like, no, I don't want Carlos Correa. I really do not. If they do sign him, that's fine. That's their choice, but I think personally they should not do that. I'd rather have Trey Turner. He's got great speed, and he's a good fielder as well, but I think his asking price is going to be a little bit too high, but we could afford it. We just don't really want to do that. I think they're going to stick with Jorge Mateo there and just do that. So personally, I think Trey Turner goes. I was going to say Atlanta, but that's not true because they got Dansby Swanson. Wouldn't make sense. Trey Turner, I think, can play other positions like second base, but they have a second baseman for the Braves. I forgot his name now. It's not Ozzie Albies because he's been hurt. He'll probably be back, but I can't remember the guy's name. But anyway, almost thought of it. I keep thinking of Marcus Giles, who used to play for them. That's not him. Oh, it started with a G or something. I can't remember. But anyway, and speaking of Dansby Swanson, he is on there, and I say he returns to Atlanta. Alexander Bogaerts, I say stays with Boston. I don't think he's going anywhere. Elvis Andrus, I think he goes back to Texas on a one-year deal. Jose Iglesias, another former Oriole. I think personally that he's not going to come to Baltimore. I don't think that. I think he's going to go somewhere, and I'm going to say the Marlins. Let's see. A lot of names like Andrelton Simmons on here. I think he goes back to Atlanta, like on a one-year deal. And D. Strange Gordon, or D. Gordon, they always called him. I think personally that he, I don't know. I mean, I think retirement, could be on his mind, but I don't really know. I think personally that he, he could, remain a free agent. I'm going to say that he goes to the Phillies. And Didi Gregorius, I say that he, I think he's going to go to another team. I mean, I don't think the Yankees, because they had him before, but they have Gleyber Torres at shortstop. And Carlos Correa going to New York. I mean, that could be a possibility too, but I don't personally know about that. But anyway, we said D. Gordon already. Didi Gregorius, I'm going to say he returns to Philadelphia. I'm just going to leave it as that. Justin Turner, a former Baltimore Oriole back in the day. Now, we have a third baseman. That's Ramon Urias, who won the Gold Glove. The first time an Oriole fielder has won a Gold Glove, I think, since Manny Machado at third base. But we're not going to get into Machado because he's stuck with San Diego for a while. I don't know how much, probably 3 years or so. I don't really know. But Justin Turner, I'm going to say returns to the Dodgers. Jeimer Candelario has already agreed to a one-year deal with Washington. Brandon Drury, I'm going to say goes to San Diego. I don't know, or they might have to move not Longoria. We're going to be getting into him in a second. They're probably going to have to move Machado to shortstop or something. Or maybe Philadelphia, or I think Philadelphia's got Alex Bohm at third base. Or maybe the Yankees. Evan Longoria, I'm not too sure on this, but it would be nice to see him return to Tampa Bay because he was there for many, many years. Then he went to the Giants for a little bit, and possibility he could go to another team. Baltimore, not really an option. I mean, I always saw him, I didn't play against Baltimore many times, but I don't see him going to Baltimore. Unfortunately, if anybody, would, want that, but I don't personally think anybody would. I'm just going to say returns to San Francisco. And Donovan Solano, I think he was with the Giants. I'll say he returns there. I mean, I'm not going all over the other people in here. I'm not going through all these names. The left fielders, Joey Gallo. One person said that he might return to Texas. I disagree with that. And I don't think he's going to return to the Yankees or the Dodgers. I'm going to say he goes to the Marlins. Andrew Benintendi, who actually had a pretty good season and was a all-star. He's with the Royals, then the Yankees. I'm going to say he goes to Cleveland. Let's see. AJ Pollock, I say, returns to the White Sox. Jock Peterson has accepted the qualifying offer from the Giants on November 15th. That's pretty much it for all these fielders. Adam Duvall, I'm going to say goes to the Braves. And the center fielders, Brandon Nimmo, I say it goes to the Mets. Kevin Kiermaier, I think, returns to Tampa Bay. Lorenzo Cain, well, one person said he might return to Kansas City. I don't see that, though. I really do not. I'm going to say Lorenzo Cain returns to Milwaukee. Cody Bellinger, who unfortunately has not had a great season. I mean, he had that great season like in 2019 or something, whatever year that it was, but somewhere around that time, or 2020, or well, 2020 was shortened because of COVID, unfortunately. But I'm gonna say that he does not return to the Dodgers, and I say goes to the Braves. Orioles, I mean, I don't know if that'd be a possibility. Just don't really think so. And now the right fielders, Aaron Judge. I say that he stays with the Yankees. I don't see him, going to the Dodgers or another team. I think they're going to sign him to at least a 6-year contract for about $200-300 million. I mean, I don't know. It seems like a lot, but we'll see about that. I just think that's where he stays, is with New York. Michael Conforto, one did a prediction and said the Orioles are going to land him. Personally, I wouldn't mind about that. Michael Conforto is actually not bad, so I would say yes to that. Yeah, I'll agree with that one. Probably the only one that I'll agree with, but yes. Will Myers, I think he was with San Diego. I think he returns them. Mitch Haniger was with Seattle. I think he stays with them. And Tyler Naquin, I forgot who he played for. I'm going to say Cleveland. And Aristis Aquino, I think he stays with Cincinnati. And the other, Stephen Piscotty, I think he was with Oakland, or I say he returns to them. And Willie Castro, I think he was a Tiger or something. I don't remember, but I say he stays with them. The designated hitters, JD Martinez. Now, there's been rumors about him, possibly joining the Orioles. I don't know. I mean, if we sign him, it'd have to be like a 2-year deal, maybe a 1-year deal. But every time we sign somebody to like a 1-year deal and they have a great season and we lose them like to a trade, or we lose them for next year, like we did with Nelson Cruz or Andrew Miller when we acquired him from the Red Sox, and he did really, really good with us, and we lost him to free agency, and there you go. So I'm going to say actually JD Martinez returns to Boston, though. Michael Brantley, I'm going to say he returns to Cleveland. I know that kind of sounds a little weird, but would be nice. Matt Carpenter, it would be nice to see him to return to the Cardinals, but I don't think he will. I say Texas. Andrew McCutchen, who has, had that great season back in 2013, and I don't think it would make sense over him to return to Pittsburgh, where he started, but I'm going to say he goes to Atlanta. Trey Mancini. Now, of course, this is the guy that the Orioles traded away to the Houston Astros, and yes, he won a World Series ring, and I'm going to say it, Trey Mancini returns to Baltimore. I know everybody hates that, and everybody doesn't want him to return to Baltimore, but he's a Baltimore favorite, and yes, he got a ring, and I know people keep saying we don't have room for him. Yes, we do have room for Mancini. We just got to make some changes around here, and again, just saying it once again, Trey Mancini returns to Baltimore. Like, probably on a 3-year contract, I'm saying. He could be like a first baseman, designated hitter, or occasional outfielder. Nelson Cruz, an Oriole back in 2014. And personally, I don't know about him returning. I mean, I don't think he will, because we have a lot of outfielders. We got Anthony Santander in right field, but people saying that he might get traded, but that will not make sense. So I say Nelson Cruz goes to Texas, would be an option too, but I don't think that's really going to happen. Minnesota maybe, or maybe the White Sox, maybe them. That's pretty much it. And now the pitchers. Now this is a lot, of course. Carlos Rondon, an option, for the Orioles because he's a lefty, but I say he returns to San Francisco. Clayton Kershaw returns to the Dodgers. Jacob deGrom returns to the Mets. Nathan Eovaldi stays with Boston. Chris Bassett returns to the Mets. Tyler Anderson has signed a 3-year deal with the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Justin Verlander, the Cy Young Award winner, I say he stays with Houston. Kyle Gibson, I forgot who he pitched for. I wanted to say it was Texas, but I think I'm wrong. I forgot, though, but wherever he pitched before, I say he stays. Corey Kluber, If he like returned to Cleveland, I think that would be something, but I don't think really it's going to happen. Or Tampa Bay, who he's with, I don't know about that either. I say Texas. Martin Perez accepted the qualifying offer from the Rangers. Sean Manaea, another candidate for the Orioles. Personally, I don't really like that. I say returns to Oakland. Jameson Taillon, who actually did pretty well, he's been an option for the Orioles, but would be nice though. But I'm thinking he's going to return to the Yankees. I mean, a lot of names to go over here. Jordan Lyles, who was an Oriole. It would be nice to see him come back. He pitched a lot of innings, but people are saying he's not going to come back. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the White Sox he might go to. Don't know. That's pretty much it. I see on here. Then relief pitchers. Edwin Diaz has returned to the Mets. Craig Kimbrell. I think he returns to who he was with. Kenley Jansen, I say he sticks with the Braves. Chris Martin, Chad Green. I say both of them return to their teams. And yeah, there's a lot of relief pitchers on here. I just don't think a lot of these, just going to go over. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it as that. Well, yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. Hope everybody enjoyed this video. You have all the MLB free agents. So thanks again, everybody, for joining in. And you all take care. Thank you again for watching this video. Take care, everyone.